Hey guys, welcome back to Team Death Slinger. My name is Peter, and today we're going to be starting our EX9 deck profiles. We have a version 4 Titamon deck profile. We're going to be looking to play bodies out, de-digivolve things, and then delete them. So starting with our eggs, we have 4 copies of Tanemon from EX9. Your turn once per turn when any of your V4 trait Digimon are played. By trashing this Digimon's bottom face-down Digivolution card, you gain a memory. We're going to be trying to play lots of Digimon by effects, so hopefully we'll be able to trash some face-down sources and get some memory back. We're going to run 3 copies of the EX9 Betamon. I know this is not a VER.4 card, but bear with me. This has training. It is a new effect. In the main phase, by suspending this Digimon, place your deck's top card face down as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. This effect can also activate in the breeding area, so we can stack some sources underneath this Digimon, and then it gives us a jamming inheritable. What we care about mostly with this card is that jamming inheritable. We needed another rookie to fill out the counts, and I think jamming synergizes really well with what we're trying to do. We're going to run 4 copies of the Palmon from EX9. On play, reveal top 3 cards of your deck. Among them, add a card with the DM trait to hand, and 1 card with the version 4 trait goes face down as your bottom source of any of your Digimon with the DM trait. The rest go bottom deck, so this stacks a source underneath one of your Digimon, as well as getting a card to your hand. The inheritable says when attacking, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. This doesn't feel the most relevant. It can be nice sometimes, though, but this is our mainstay searcher for VER.4. We are also going to run 4 copies of the EX9 Biyomon. Has training just like the Betamon does, and it has raid as an inheritable. More importantly than the Betamon, this is a version 4 card. We care about version 4 so much because Titamon specifically says version 4 cards on its card text, so we want to be able to play version 4 trait cards. Moving on to our level 4s, we have 4 copies of EX9 Monochromon. Has the training keyword. On play when attacking, by placing a card in your hand face down as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card, de-digivolve 1 on one of your opponent's Digimon. This is really clutch with some of our plays later, but this will also give blocker as an inheritable, which is nice when we don't get Titamon in our stack. We have 3 copies of EX9 DarkTyrannomon. Has training. On play and when digivolving, you may place 1 card in your hand face down as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. For each of this Digimon's face down Digivolution cards, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Then one of your Digimon may attack your opponent's Digimon. This is really great because we can play a DM trait Digimon with Titamon. Doesn't have to be a version 4 trait card played with that effect. So we can play the DarkTyrannomon, suspend something down, and then we get to attack something with the Titamon. The on-deletion inheritable is also kind of nice here. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers. Just getting things suspended down is good, and this card enables us to do things whenever we play this Digimon via the Titamon effect or one of our other Digimon effects. Lastly, we're going to run 4 copies of EX9 Nanimon. End of your turn once per turn by placing 3 Digimon cards with the version 4 trait card from your trash face down as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. It may digivolve into a card with the version 4 trait in the hand or trash. The inheritable effect is going to make all of your opponent's security Digimon get minus 3k. Kind of irrelevant if we have Betamon in the stack. If we don't, though, this is a great effect. And this is just fantastic. In some of our effect triggers, we're going to be able to play a Digimon by effect. We would end the turn when evoing, and then this can potentially evo into like a Digitamamon at the end of turn with the cost reduced by 1. So just a great card for us to have to get some value at a reduced cost. Moving on to level 5s, 4 copies of EX9 Digitamamon. When any of your version 4 trait Digimon would digivolve into this card, for each of their face down Digivolution cards, reduce the cost by 1, has Scapegoat, and then when digivolving, when attacking once per turn, by trashing this Digimon's bottom face down Digivolution card, you may play 1 play cost 4 or lower DM trait Digimon card from your trash without paying the cost. So this is going to hopefully net us some free bodies as long as we have sources underneath it to trash away. We are going to be able to get a level 3 or potentially level 4 if we have the Nanimon DM trait card from trash onto the board. We are also going to have an alliance inheritable. It's kind of critical for our Tanemon strategy. It's going to be able to let us swing 2 checks and then potentially unsuspend with some other sauce that we have for this deck. We're going to run 4 copies of the Megadramon from EX9. When this card would be played by trashing a Cyborg or version 4 trait card from your hand, reduce the play cost by 2. So you can play this for 5 from your hand by trashing a version 4 trait card. And then on play when digivolving, by placing 1 Digimon card from your trash face down as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. Delete 2 of your opponent's play cost 4 or lower Digimon. For each of this Digimon's face down Digivolution cards, add 1 to this effect's play cost maximum. So this can get nasty relatively quickly, especially when we're packing de-digivolve triggers with that Monochromon. And then end of attack with the inheritable. By unsuspending this Digimon, delete 1 of your Digimon with the lowest level. So we have an unsuspended inheritable here to let us get some more damage in, as long as we have something to pop to get the unsuspend trigger. Moving on to level 6s, we're going to have our 1 copy of Anubismon. I know you're thinking there are no purple Digimon to really play with this. Something really nice to be able to play, Megadramon. synergizes great with the Anubismon. Being able to play this and trim down the opponent's board is really effective. Also, we're playing Tanemon Ace, so you're going to be able to pitch cards away to play Tanemon Ace. Tanemon Ace is going to let us play a body on play, and then we're going to be able to do things with that and keep the gas rolling. So I find it has its purpose in the deck, and it feels pretty good. We are going to run 2 copies as our secondary level 6 BT19 LordKnightmon. On play when Digivolving, you may play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon card from your trash without paying the cost. Opponent's turn, when any of your opponent's Digimon attack, you may change the attack target to one of your Digimon with the Royal Knight trait. I think this is a perfect companion level 6 to run with Titamon. This card does not specify color on the level 4 you play back, so we really get to make use of all of the on-play effects that Titamon also wants to use. So this gives us access to plays where we could potentially play out a Monochromon that de-digivolves things. We can play out the DarkTyrannomon and then suspend something down after you trash the source underneath the DarkTyrannomon. And then we can swing in with the LordKnightmon. You can potentially play a Nanimon off the LordKnightmon, and then if you have the cards in trash, you can tuck them under the Nanimon, Digivolve into the Digitamamon with the reduced cost, and then potentially play out the level 4 or play cost 4 or lower DM trait card off of the Digitamamon effect, and you've made some good progress by doing that. We also do run the 1 copy of LordKnightmon X Antibody from BT19. If we're going to run the LordKnightmon, we might as well have the X Antibody. It certainly has the potential to ruin somebody's day. When Digivolving for each of your Digimon, you Digivolve 1 on one of your opponent's Digimon, and then until the end of their turn, one of their Digimon can't Digivolve. We just talked about a sequence where you potentially play this, and then you play like Nanimon. You can Evo into the Digitamamon. Maybe you get a memory back from your egg, and you're actually able to keep turn, and then you can Evo into the LordKnightmon and de-digivolve and do some gross things. You'll have plenty of Digimon on the board to do your de-digivolving with. I just think it feels really, really nice. We have 4 copies of the Tanemon Ace from EX9. Has Scapegoat. On play when Digivolving, you play a level 4 or lower DM trait Digimon card from your trash without paying the cost. So basically the same thing as LordKnightmon, because all of our level 4s are DM traits. We're just going to get to play 1 back. All turns, all of your version 4 trait Digimon gain blocker and retail. So we're going to have the ability to get some nasty blocks in with all of our V4 trait Digimon. They're going to have to deal with the Titamon before they can actually get in for any damage. And because he has Scapegoat, he's going to have a little bit of protection to help him stay on the board and be an annoying, sticky threat. We're going to run 2 copies of Demonic Disaster. I think this is really quite funny in this deck. If you have your Digitamamon underneath your Titamon, you can potentially suspend down whatever you play off of the Titamon or off of the Digitamamon. Swing in with the Titamon for 2 checks, and then delete what you suspended down with the Demonic Disaster to unsuspend. Because you play a body off of the Digitamamon and off of the Titamon, you have another body that you can suspend down for your Alliance Inheritable, get in for 2 more checks, and then you just got to figure out how to close the game from there. So sets you up pretty well having this card in the deck. We're going to run 1 copy of Calling from the Darkness. Because we are tucking things underneath our stacks face down, there's always the potential you can lose one of your 1-ofs. So we want to have Calling from the Darkness. Hopefully, if we lose our LordKnightmon, we lose our Anubismon, we have the ability to grab them back with Calling from the Darkness. I am running 1 copy of Proto form because the LordKnightmon X cost 1 to get into, and sometimes it just feels nice to get into it for 0, and it can save your day. 2 copies of Analog Man from EX9. It is one of the new tamers. Start of your turn, if you have 2 memory or less, set it to 3, and then your turn, when any of your play costs 7 or higher Cyborg, Machine, or DM trait Digimon are played, by suspending this tamer, draw 1 and gain 1 memory. Then you may place 1 Digimon card from your hand face down as any of those Digimon's bottom sources. This synergizes extremely well with the Anubismon. If you ever play literally anything with the Anubismon, you play the Megadramon, Digitamamon, or the Tanemon Ace off of the Anubismon, you get to activate that effect, and you're going to gain a memory and draw a card. Feels really, really nice. We have 3 copies of Analog Youth. This is kind of the best searcher for the deck because we have so many different colors. This is just going to find you a Digimon, add it to your hand, trash the rest. We care about DM trait cards in the trash because we're playing things back. So Analog Youth is a great way to fill the trash and find your pieces at the same time. And then we're also going to run 3 copies of the new EX9 Analog Youth. Start of your main phase, you can place a card from your hand face down as any of your DM trait Digimon's bottom Digivolution cards. And then your turn, when face down cards are placed as any of your Digimon's Digivolution cards, by suspending this tamer, you gain a memory, and if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, you draw 1. But the important thing here, in my mind, is that you're gaining a memory whenever cards are placed face down under one of your Digimon sources. And then opponent's turn, all of your Digimon face down sources gain reboot. So you'll be able to reboot and potentially block, especially with the Tanemon Ace. This feels really nice. You can get in, be aggressive, and you don't have to worry about not swinging on the unsuspend because you have reboots. You're just going all in all the time for your swings. So that is what I'm doing with Titamon and V4 in EX9. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Which version are you the most excited to play? What are you doing in EX9? And what are you doing with the DM trait? That's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Thank you to our channel members for supporting this channel. It's people like Langlong, Big Z11, Coffee Deus, and Digidane who make videos like this possible.